Porn Stars Are People podcast. I came in hard on that one. Porn Stars Are People podcast. Just angry for no reason. I'm Dan Frigolette, your host. I'm here with Isabelle Dean.
Hi.
We're in London. We're in Shoreditch, London. You live outside of here without too much information. What is that like? How long have you been?
It's cheaper.
Okay, cool.
It's in Hertfordshire. It's sort of a broader. No one can pin me down with that, so
Okay.
it's fine. It's a lot quieter than London. There's not as much to do.
Yeah,
but it's slightly nicer.
I didn't do.
Side of things.
I didn't really do rural England. We went to Bath. We went to Cambridge and Oxford.
Bath is definitely nicer. Where I am isn't so much rural. It's just sort of outskirts of London.
Yeah. Okay. So it's still sort of this kind of maybe not the tall buildings. But sort
not
of
quite like that.
All neighborhoods and
Bath
business.
is much prettier.
Yeah.
That's a much nicer.
I don't
place
know
to
what.
be.
It's very cool, but it feels very weird and touristy, in the wrong kind of ways.
But London doesn't feel touristy.
No, because it's a city. It's like people are not like if there's people that are coming here, but there's people that are working here, and then there's things that are happening, and then Bath is just like, oh, we came here and we're gonna look at the baths, and
we just came to look around,
and we're here for a hen party, and you know what I mean, that kind of thing. I feel very like cultured after this. So I was in South Africa before this, and then I'm here now.
Wow.
And so we learned the term hen party, which I didn't know that that's what it was called.
You didn't know that was a thing?
No, because we call it a bachelorette party.
Oh, of course.
So we had no idea, and they're just everybody who's a bridesmaid is called a hen.
That's
right.
I've never. I think that's right, but I've never heard bridesmaids referred to as hens before.
just for the hen party.
But it is just a hen party. That's just the gathering and
then what's the guy party?
The stag do. Is that not the same?
No, it's bachelor party.
Bachelor party.
What do you think? Stag what?
Stag do.
Do.
A stag do.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's different.
No, that is different. I should have known it was bachelor party.
I should have. No, we're both leaving cultured. Yeah, no, I feel like there's 9 movies called Bachelorette Party or Bachelor Party over the years. There's definitely a movie called Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks.
I haven't seen it.
Well, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Why am I so confrontational right now?
I'll have to watch it later.
Yeah, no, don't watch it. I don't think it was good.
Is it not worth it? Oh, okay.
It's like one Tom Hanks movie where like somebody gets naked, and it's like so it's like.
But not Tom Hanks.
No, not well. That was the only reason you were gonna. No,
Tom
Hanks.
It would be interesting.
It would be interesting. I feel like that's what he's going for. Yeah, you just walk in the room and say, "Oh, well, that's interesting. That's an interesting thing to do." No, that's funny. No, because I don't know. I think he was smart enough in his career to pick things that he wasn't like becoming, restricted in any way.
Yeah.
It's like, you do like Michael Fassbender does this like NC-17 movie.
Yeah.
Although it didn't feel like his career took any jolts. I don't know why the stigma on dudes is not quite as much. Like Richard Gere gets naked in a movie and people want to see it, and then if a young lady actress gets naked in a movie, we're like, whoa.
Everyone wants to see it.
What is she? Well, we want to see it, but we're like, what is she thinking?
Why is she doing it?
Come
it's
on.
So dreadful.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. So it's interesting. So, but do you find most of your work in London or?
I work a lot from home now.
Okay.
So I do a lot of webcamming and making my own content.
Yeah.
But I tend to travel around for it. A lot in London, a lot up north in Midlands sort of area. So Birmingham, not as nice as London.
Okay. I need to get all this stuff done. I need to get all this stuff done next trip. So my brother and I were supposed to take this monster road trip, or at least that's how he described it. And then he rents this car, and then he's like, "Okay, we're going to Oxford." And I was like, "That's 90 minutes away."
From here, yeah. It'll take you a little while.
I was like, I thought we were gonna like drive to like the end of England. Like, I thought we were gonna like just drive until it ends.
You gotta go down to Devon.
Yeah, I want to do all the things. But from where we are in London, there's not that much below us, right? It's like 2 hours maybe.
To go how far down?
That's what I mean. If you just drive 2 hours, that's the end of England, isn't it?
No.
From London? No.
The end of England.
The end of England.
The end of
Isn't
England.
that the ocean?
So like Devon is from. I don't know how long it is from London, but from Hertfordshire, it's about 4 hours.
Yeah, south.
So south.
Okay.
So it would be away from here, and going all the way up
because Manchester,
to like Scotland.
Yeah. Could be it. But that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Is
about 5
I'm used to
hours.
driving like putting in miles. I
Yeah.
thought we were gonna get in the car and drive 4 or 5 hours, go to Liverpool, go to
Yeah.
Manchester, go to Edinburgh. I don't know.
Yeah, so Manchester and Liverpool wouldn't be too far from
Yeah.
here. That would be a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit less. I don't drive, so I sort of do it in train journey times, unless I'm getting a lift.
Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah. So 4-hour train probably could be an
Yeah.
easier thing in a car. I don't know. It just depends.
Edinburgh's meant to be great though.
You what?
Good. I haven't done Edinburgh, but it's meant to be great.
Yeah.
You
Well,
should
and then
go.
I have another connection there because of the comedy festival. So
Fringe.
I need to be, and that's now. I like timed everything sort of a little bit wrong. I missed the Shaftas. I'm missing Edinburgh Fringe Fest.
It's all
I
of
miss-
August, right?
Yeah.
Fringe, yeah.
Yeah, and I like everybody's doing their previews right now
Yeah.
in London.
Oh, okay.
My voice is becoming robotic for some reason. Okay, so I don't know what I apologize. I'm a bit brain dead. I'm about to get on a plane in a couple hours and have all these airplane worries.
Oh no.
And Morocco worries. I don't know anything about Morocco. What do you like? What's your like? You said you told me off cast.
Yeah.
that you're gonna go to. Did you say vegan or vegetarian?
Yeah,
What's
vegan
your
place.
So you're vegan.
I'm mostly vegan.
I don't understand when people do this.
Mostly vegan.
When does this
So
mean?
I was vegetarian for about 2 years in October, and I started cutting things out to head like the vegan route at the start of this year. But I've had some slip ups.
Sure.
And it's taking a little while to get used to, but mostly vegan.
Do you find now that you've sort of converted your body's fuel that when you like make a mistake,
Yeah.
that you can immediately feel it the next day?
Oh my god, if I have dairy,
Yeah.
especially,
Yeah.
like super, super uncomfortable
Yeah.
for like the next few hours. But it's hard. I miss cheese.
Yeah. I'll have the day.
Cheese really
I'll
badly.
accidentally cheat. I'll do a thing, or sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you know what people cramming into your food, and I'm trying to avoid sugar.
Oh, okay.
So then what happens is if I've eaten sugar, the next day I'm just a mess. I'll just wake up farting, and I'm like, well, must have had sugar yesterday. It's actually my cousin's favorite joke. Is I'll go to his house, and if I should happen to rip fart, he'll be like, it's all the sugar.
It's all the
Yeah, I
sugar.
just accidentally got sugar. Because apparently I say that too much.
Does it make you hyper? Like if you have
No.
it when you haven't
No,
had
it
for a while?
just literally like messes with my
Oh.
digestive tract.
Okay.
And I'm fine. It's just like I'm just like just don't sit next to me on the plane.
Yeah, okay.
That's really all
Fair
it comes
enough.
down to.
So
Yeah.
no sugar today before
Yeah.
you get on the plane.
No,
I mean, I'm not next to you on the plane.
but it's not
so
even about that.
fine.
It's about whatever I ate yesterday. So it's like it's like a day. It's like a day in release or whatever. I don't know
Yeah.
what word I wanted.
I don't-
I couldn't figure out what word I needed.
Which one am I looking for?
I was just gonna mumble through it. Yeah, you know,
London's really good for vegan food though. So where I live, there's not
nothing, right?
that. There's a little bit, but it's not quite reached
Yeah,
Hertfordshire in the same way it has London. So while I'm here today, I'm just gonna go.
yeah. Just
find
go
some really
just go
tasty-
crush all the
it's
vegan
like
food.
a vegan version of a chicken burger, and it's
Okay.
really good.
I'm gonna ask you about this.
Yes.
I just don't understand. I think vegetables taste fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, I spend time making a zucchini. What do you call a zucchini?
Like courgettes.
Yeah, courgettes and eggplant. What do you call that? Aubergine.
Aubergine, yeah.
Take the time to make these things taste delicious.
Yeah.
Right, sweet potatoes, all the things.
sweet
One of my
potatoes are
favorite things
great.
to eat. Right.
Yeah.
Why do we have to masquerade the food? If we're saying we don't want to eat meat, why do we want to make a thing that looks, tastes, smells, and feels like meat?
This is actually the question I get asked the most by people. They're still like, it's a big thing. Why do non-meat eaters want it to be a meat-like
Yeah.
product? I think for a lot of people, if you've sort of been brought up with wanting a burger and stuff like it, like we're allowed to like the shapes.
Sure.
Still,
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
we don't want to eat the meat.
Yeah.
Like, but I try not to eat a lot of meat replacement sort of products. So I tend not to buy like chicken pieces.
Yeah.
So, like, no one can see I'm doing
The
quote
quotes. Well, this I
marks here,
can.
like inverted commas. So yeah, I try not to do that.
I just find-
I think they just banned it
I just-
somewhere actually.
Are they banned?
I think it's France. Like
Oh, really?
labeling vegetarian sausages as sausages.
Yeah, I
You've
just
gotta
think
name it something else.
it's a lot of things, right? It's both. It's dishonest. It's weird. It's making you still want the thing. It's making you still want the thing that you want, and it's making you not feel accepted as a vegetarian or vegan also, because you still feel like you have to go to a burger place and get this vegan burger.
That's a fair point. I imagine it's just easier to market.
Yeah, but
rather than calling it a vegetable, like,
I guess, but it's easier. Like, it's easier to just, like, if you're McDonald's, fine. Your business is burgers.
Yeah.
But now there are companies whose business is making masqueraded foods. And it's like, and the problem is the time that you spend in the lab to create this flavor, to make it so that it still fits within somebody else's dietary restriction, they're still leaving out a bunch of the other things they're cramming into the product that we don't know about. True. This thing I find is they keep doing these, I'll try to get like, sometimes just, I'll browse the chip aisle.
Yeah.
To try to find something that I can eat. I don't generally eat potatoes, so I'm like, okay, let's look for something like sweet potatoes, look for something like kale, whatever. And you get all the way to the counter, you start reading the back, and half the time they're just tortilla chips. They've crammed it with corn flour and all the other flours that are in there, but they're still calling them sweet potato chips, and it's just like it's all dishonest.
No, I'd agree.
So it's just like where was I? I was in Bath actually.
Oh no.
And
this is where it all happened.
And I was and it was some like Middle Eastern like little side like cafe, and I was just in there to get a coffee, and they had this fucking eggplant, this aubergine that was like scooped out. They had replaced parts of the eggplant with other vegetables and like nuts and like some kind of like cream or cheese and like a curry sauce. And I was like, see, that's what we should be spending our time as vegetarians doing, is like making that dish, because you can't, like, if you go to just a steak restaurant, they're not making that.
Yeah,
they're not taking the time to make that.
No,
that's fucking beautiful. Fucking make that.
I think that's what they're getting better at, though, in London, with specific, special vegan restaurants opening and stuff like that. It is sort of more focused on making vegetable-based meals rather than using meat replacements.
Yeah, just delicious ass vegetables.
I find curry is really good for that. Like vegetable curries.
There's a fantastic vegetarian place in Zurich.
Oh, wow.
And it's like the oldest vegetarian restaurant, I think, either in the world or in Europe. Wow. I can't remember which was the deciding factor, but it's like more than 100 years old.
Wow.
And and all the foods, it was just foods. It was just like they took chickpeas and they roasted them in a certain way, and they put them in the sauce, or it was fantastic. Yeah. And that, so I was like, this is what I'm fucking talking about. This is what the fuck I'm saying.
I'm intrigued about going to other places. I've never really done the veggie vegan thing outside of London.
That's what I'm really excited about Morocco. It's like I don't even understand Moroccan flavors.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
I'm just going to eat everywhere.
Yeah, no, that's why.
Then I'm going to get on a plane.
That's going to be super tasty.
It's going to be terrible for the next person. Because I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm just going to eat everything.
You'll get a lot of chickpeas.
Yeah.
A lot of chickpeas.
Yeah, chickpeas and, fava beans maybe. I don't know.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Things like that. Fun
I'm
doorways, cool doorways.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a quick one. It's a quick trip. I was telling you, I sort of screwed up. For some reason, they were basically giving away the flight to England for free.
Oh.
They were like, here it is, just take it. So it was like $100, $120.
Oh wow, that's.
And then to go
really
home,
cool.
it was turning into $1,000, and I was like, $1,000 to go home from London.
Or stop off somewhere.
And they don't want me to stay because of the Brexit stuff. They don't want me to do comedy here. I was getting emails from people being like, don't get caught doing comedy here.
Really?
Because it'll fuck up your visa next time. Yeah.
It's so awful.
So I was like, cool, let me leave. And then so I was looking at all these trips, and it was like,
let me go.
It was just, and it was wild. Like one day there was $100 flight to Iceland. And the flight back from Iceland to New York is super cheap. And so I was like, cool, I'll just wait. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. It's not a time-sensitive thing. I was still trying to figure out how the hell to get to Johannesburg at the time. And so I had to do one thing at a time. And then I come back to the flights, and now it's $600 to go to Iceland, which is 3 hours away. And so I was like, fuck that. So I was like, I'm either going to go to Iceland and then go home, or I'm going to figure something else out. Yeah. So I found this dope Morocco trip.
That's so cheap. It amazes me how cheap they can be sometimes. I'm going to Sweden in September, and that was the flights as a return were about £40.
Yeah,
So
This
it's
is
like
and it's so
stupid.
upsetting when you can find that flight. Like there was a flight from from here to Dublin for $25,
Yeah.
but today it's $280. It's like why?
It's crazy. It's so weird.
If I know that you'll, that's the problem. That I
Yeah.
was like, it's like now I'm on like this moral place where I'm like, I know you'll sell it for $25.
I'm not going when it's this expensive.
How dare you try to charge me $250?
I know it can be cheaper.
That happened to me the one day that I was I was Airbnb-ing my place, and this guy gets locked out of the place because he's a moron.
I like your place back home.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he like locks the keys inside because he's dumb.
Smart.
And he doesn't, and I don't find out until like 7:05 on a Friday night, which means there's no like, just go to the regular locksmith,
Yeah.
have him come to the house. It's business hours.
Just sort it out.
Now it's emergency locksmith. Call the guy. Guy's
More
making
expensive.
up the price on the spot.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, $250. I'll go to your house, unlock the door, let the guy in. I was like, you're not changing locks, you're doing anything. $250. No, you're not giving me anything from that. No, you just open it, go there, pick the lock, get inside, do the thing.
Wow.
If I got to drill the lock, it'll be like $500.
But if it was working hours, it would have been.
Who
much
knows?
Cheaper.
Yeah, $20. You know, well, if it was working hours, we could have called the super.
Wow.
So fucking $250. But now I'm sitting here going like, this guy's making up a price, and
Yeah.
I can do this too. I was like, I tell you what, why don't you go to the house, unlock the door. You're at $250. How about this? Unlock the door, go inside. There's a whole wall of DVDs. Pick any DVD you want. Any
Just
DVD
take
you
what you
want. Take one DVD. $80. $80, one DVD? No? Okay.
Consider
How about
that
this?
your payment.
How about this? Go to the house, unlock the door, go inside. There's a slice of pizza in the fridge. Best slice of pizza in Hoboken. Take the slice of pizza, $120. I was just yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I was trying to work it into a bit. In the bit, somebody gets murdered. It's actually a much more fun thing in the comedy bit.
When
but
the person gets murdered.
well, no, because in the comedy bit, then the next step is he comes to the house again. Okay, go to the house, unlock the door. In the back room is my girlfriend. Okay, murder my girlfriend, $10,000. But it's never worked. It's never worked on stage. I don't know why. Nobody wants me to murder my fictional girlfriend on stage.
But I mean, darker the better, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Kind of how my brain
That's what they
goes,
say. That's what they say about eggplant, comedy, and porn. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Darker the
Darker
better.
the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that.
That's
That's
funny.
definitely my preference.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Yeah, it's so funny when you say something. It is interesting because the level of filter for somebody in your industry is so much. I guess it's smaller.
Oh yeah,
wider.
there's not.
The filter's smaller.
You can say what you
Yeah,
want.
so it's like,
much, yeah.
so I would watch some of these guys like host some of the porn awards, like thinking and I know that their punchlines are sort of these sort of like darker, crazy,
Yeah.
twisty things, and then you say them to the porn audience, and they're just like, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What's
That's every day.
what's
like,
the next? Okay, fisting. Yeah. What's the next? But it's like, but you do that like in Iowa, and it's like, what? It's like it's a crazy reaction.
You forget about that just talking to sort of every day when you do what we do.
Yeah.
And when you hook up with friends that work in the same industry
Yeah.
and you have these conversations, and then you think about if you'd had that conversation with your friend,
Right.
like back at home, who
Right.
doesn't do that.
And they'd be like,
It's
what?
That's probably
You can-
not as normal.
You're like,
as
you
it
can.
should
They're
be.
like, you can do that.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't
I'm
understand.
lucky. I surround myself with people where I can talk about that
Yeah.
sort of thing, so I'm quite lucky. Don't have to keep it quiet.
We never finished that though. What's your first cheat point on being a vegan?
My cheat point.
It's dairy, right? But so what's the first? Like, what's the one? So like for me, I'm not eating grains, sugars, or what the hell else am I not eating? No, I'm not eating anything. But I'll break on sugar before I'll break on like wheat.
Okay. I'll always break on dairy before meat.
Yeah. But what's your first like? Because dairy is so wide. So it's like there's some feta.
It would be
It's
cheese
fine.
or sour cream.
Yeah.
Sour cream's like, so if I go to a Mexican place and I have the veggie burrito and then I have to say no cheese.
Yeah.
Or saying no sour cream does really,
Oh wow.
really hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't they have?
that belongs on a burrito. Like,
Yeah, but
it's so
don't they
hard.
have like a tofu sour cream that's pretty okay?
I've not had it over here.
No.
Not
okay.
not in a restaurant.
Okay. Interesting.
But again, I've not really. I imagine somewhere in London probably does it. And at home, I sort of buy. It's like a vegan version of not sour cream, like creme fraiche.
Yeah,
got a
okay.
vegan version
Yeah.
of that, which is really good.
So it's a little, it's thicker.
Yeah, it's a bit thicker. But out in a restaurant, no, that would be my cave point. Would be sour
Yeah.
cream or just any cheese.
Yeah.
Any cheese.
It's tough.
Halloumi.
Yeah, you guys have that. We don't have that.
You don't have that?
No, we don't have that. You guys, it's like little cylinders, and you like grill it.
It's like squeaky cheese. Yeah, it's
What's
great.
squeaky?
It makes it's squeaky when you grill it and then you cut it.
Oh God.
Kind of makes a little.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
No, it's delicious.
It like sends like a shockwave down my back that you have to like cut into it, and it's like
oh, it's amazing. Like
no,
on a
somebody,
barbecue.
Yeah, I was in South Africa. They were trying to make it, and they kept screwing it up.
What?
She kept like melting it for some
no.
reason. I don't know why she couldn't figure out how to cook it on the thing, so I never got to try it.
I'm amazed you don't have it.
We might. I don't think we do. It's not like I'm
Okay.
sure we can get it, but it's not like part of like
Not a popular.
everyday in culture. You know what I mean? It's like I could probably find Vegemite at the thing, but nobody
no one really has
nobody
it.
wants it. Like you guys don't really have peanut butter like we have. Like we have entire sections of grocery stores devoted to peanut butter.
That's amazing.
And you guys don't have. You guys basically have this weird sun pat kind of peanut butter. And then
There's some new.
there's some stuff. There's some stuff that are whatever, but like but by and large you don't have like we have entire industries of peanut butter. Like
amazing.
like this happened the other day. Like okay, so my favorite peanut butter is Skippy, like natural, and it's like
Okay.
they figured out that they've just figured out the texture on peanut butter.
I'm
sure you can find it, but it's not everywhere.
Yeah, it's
like
not
look, if
everywhere,
you go hunting for a thing,
Yeah,
you'll
yeah,
find.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I went hunting for prawn crackers yesterday. I found them, but like that's hundreds of places I passed.
Yeah.
But
It's not just there.
but I was somewhere. I'm somewhere in the country, and I keep going to stores, and just the whole Skippy section is
Yeah.
gone,
Oh no.
and everything else is full. And then I come up with this weird conspiracy theory that like something's going on. They're not telling us. Like usually when they like pull a brand, like it like gets all this press or
Yeah.
whatever, and then everybody's afraid for a while because they're worried that there like might be a finger
Can't
in the
get it.
peanut butter. Yeah. But so it looked like Skippy quietly got the finger peanut butter off the market, off the
Right.
shelf, because there was no Skippy peanut butter for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it's back.
Yeah, it's back
You don't
now.
have
Well, it
to
might be.
worry.
Yeah, I don't know,
Okay.
but I don't know now. But see, now I'm in a place where dietarily, if I eat peanut butter, same thing. I'm like
Sugar.
I don't feel good.
Mm.
I feel terrible.
Peanut butter's great. As a vegan, like
Yeah,
peanut butter.
it was
is
like
a
it was like one of
staple
my favorite
kind of
things
food.
to eat. Yeah, but now I get this reaction to it.
No.
But sometimes when you eat too much of a thing, like
Yeah.
it really fucks you up. So like now, soy fucks me up.
Soy.
I did soy. I had a girlfriend who was a vegan, and I was
Mm.
trying to be supportive, and I did all soy, and I got to that like flux point where like as a man, I'm starting to like my hormones were starting to get fucked up, and I like was feeling weak, and I was like, what the hell? And I was like, she thinks I'm depressed, and I'm like, I'm cooking. Yeah, I'm cooking soy things all day,
Oh, no.
and then sleeping the rest of the day. And she thinks I'm
Yeah.
depressed, and I'm like, no, I'm just eating too much soy. But now if I eat soy, it's like immediate. Like my body knows immediately.
I always forget that there is a hormonal thing with soy
Mhm.
and eating too much of it. Some
Yeah.
people really don't get on with it at all.
Yeah.
They really, really don't. I'm quite lucky.
But there's a lot of things in it that are no good too. Okay, so what else? What do you do? What do you do? I don't know. What do you do on like the day-to-day thing? Like that's super important. That if you don't get to accomplish something that day or that week, you're like super affected by it.
When I'm working or outside of work?
Just in general, like when I travel, I have to like try to find how to be a person now that I'm not in my zone.
Yeah.
So my comfort zone has to be now everywhere.
Okay. That makes sense. Well, I'm in the middle of moving, so everything's a bit all over the place for me at the minute. Like,
Yeah.
The thing I'm doing more than anything at the minute is gaming.
Oh,
and that's
instead of moving.
It's kind of keeping me centered, like
Yeah.
in between moving. Is
Oh, that's
just
cool.
spending a few hours playing something.
You
is
just get
keeping
stressed
me
out,
Focused.
go do the thing,
and
yeah.
chilled out. So
Because you're killing people.
Not kill. I'm playing Kingdom Hearts at the minute.
Which
so
one's that?
It's like it's Square Enix. It's like a Disney-based game.
Okay.
But it's essentially still killing things, but it's not like an RPG. Like
Yeah.
shooting.
You're not cutting heads off,
No,
but
no,
but
nothing-
things
nothing
get in your
dramatic like
way,
that.
and then they're gone.
And then they're gone. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
definitely.
That's interesting.
So yeah, I find that chills me out quite a bit.
Okay.
But what do I have? I have to keep myself relatively busy and keep my brain fed. Otherwise, I go a little bit stir crazy.
Mhm.
So mostly when I'm coming into London, it is to go to a museum or
Yeah.
go to an exhibition or something like that. Just because working in porn and constantly doing everything sexually based, you're not really feeding feeding
Yeah.
your mind as much as
Yeah.
it should be. So that I definitely have.
It's
to keep
interesting.
on top of.
I've never heard anybody say that before. But that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Well, it's just all.
It's a physical. It's
text.
more of a physical expression. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing some, I don't know, super intellectual parody of some kind. Which
Yeah, but
I
then
don't think there is.
but no, but nobody's nobody's getting
You're
it.
not learning
Yeah.
anything.
Nobody's understanding. But I do
No.
like this idea. I do like this idea of like porn branching into other things, where it's like motivational speaking porn, or like I don't know what else it would be. Yeah, like psychiatric porn. You know.
See,
Yeah.
that could work.
That could totally work.
I feel like that
yeah.
could really
Although
work.
it could make it worse. Like you're trying to unlock the thing, and you're just like, and
Well, because sexual therapy is like a
Yeah.
very real thing.
yeah, but it's talking,
Yeah.
right?
But like actually, yeah, it's talking. But I imagine you sort of get sent home with homework, as it were. So
sure.
like, go home and try this, and
But
see if
that's
that
that's
helps,
more
or-
for like a couple
yeah,
than a
rather
single
than,
person
yeah,
who's having. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Like actually,
that to
this
be a
was
thing.
off podcast. I so then I won't mention who it was that I was talking with. But it's like there's this overarching idea that sexually as beings we are constantly evolving.
Yeah.
And evolve might actually be the wrong word, because we actually might be devolving, because what happens is it's harder for us to come, because the things that we need to now experience
Yeah.
become greater, and so it's like the range of whatever the perversion or whatever the thing that you're utilizing at the time needs to like stretch beyond.
Yeah, because
So-
it's the availability. It's what is available to us to watch and experience.
Yeah.
Has got so, like, there is so much out
yeah,
there.
it's opened up.
Yeah.
Well, but even as sexual beings, it's like we beat that level.
Yeah.
Like we beat that level of sex where you just like look in each other's eyes and like hold each other. You know what I mean? Now we're to the level where we
Now it
both
doesn't work.
now we both have to slap and choke each other. Like that's
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like it's this weird thing
There's
that
no
just keeps
fisting
evolving.
involved, then it's
Yeah.
just not.
Yeah, I can't feel anything. Like look at the R. Kelly thing. It's like
not how it
it's like manipulation,
Yeah.
captivity, peeing. Like it's all of these things that the parties involved are like, And then that one's a tough one, because now we don't know. Now we don't know what the real story is there, whether the people involved are there willingly or not. But regardless, yeah, it's like it would be like so having that one-on-one sexual homework might be something.
It's interesting though to know whether it's because some people will always be into that sort of thing
Yeah.
for as long as they can remember.
Sure.
So even as a teen, like before I started watching porn as a teenager, I remember always finding that sort of thing interesting.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily because I'd watched it and thought that's something
Right.
I can get.
For
That's
sure.
just something I've always
Yeah.
been interested in. So it's
But it'd be interesting to see if you could like scale it back.
yeah.
It's like you just sit down with
You
a
still enjoy normal sex.
yeah, you just sit down with the person. And you're like, I just want to be able to come
Yeah.
in like 3 minutes, like I could when I was 16. Like, can we just get to that?
Can
Can
we
we
just
find
do
out
that?
how that happens again? Right? Like it's just it's just a burden sometimes. No, that's funny. That'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting way to do it. Yeah, it's interesting because I do think some people have tried to do some sort of like comedic porn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, comedy and porn don't generally. I don't know that comedy and porn don't really mix well.
As a
Be-
physical thing, or
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not like the genre that's emerging, right? So it's like for a reason. Like it's not like nobody's like forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't really work.
So like comic porn, so like parodies and stuff like that.
I don't know. No, but that's what I
Or-
mean. I think parody's something different, but like just being funny.
Yeah.
The whole thing. I don't know. Like people. I don't know. Like no, I don't know. I've never seen porn where like the whole thing is just two people laughing while fucking each
Yeah.
other. You know what I mean? It's like these are weird. I just don't think it works. Although I will say, as a comedian, being funny will get you laid. Like that's
Yeah,
that's the thing. So it's a weird thing. So why is it? Why it's like how does that not make it into porn?
So not just sitting and telling each other jokes back and forth.
I don't know.
like,
No, it's definitely not that. It's definitely not that. No, because
Like
it's
just
like
sitting and
because
laughing.
it's just like any other sexual struggle. I don't know why I use a struggle, but like the components are one person sort of in that situation ends up being the funny person or
Yeah.
the funnier person. So it's not like two people are equally funny
Yeah.
and then have equal funny sex.
Equal funny sex.
Yeah, one person is fine. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's weird.
It can happen quite naturally though, can't it? We're just like laughing.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. Like yeah, like
thing.
humor makes its way into my bedroom, and it's like during, before, after,
Yeah.
especially after.
Always after.
Yeah. But it does kind of ruin the mood, doesn't it? If you just start laughing hysterically while you're inside somebody, that's not great.
All with context, I think. Like, depending on how comfortable you are with the person.
Yeah.
I think it can be quite funny. I
Yeah,
think it can be
yeah.
quite connecting to like have that level of comfort with someone where you can just crack up
Yeah.
fuck for some reason.
Yeah,
or another.
I can't disagree with that.
Then yeah, it can be quite funny. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, because there's the other side, right? There's the humiliation side of porn.
Yeah.
So
Very
it's interesting.
big right now.
Very interesting. So, sorry. So then what's the intellect? So the you said you go to galleries, that you play video games, but you need like this other intellectual side of things so that you can just sort of like feel whole.
Yeah, I just need to keep my brain active. Otherwise, I feel like it sort of dies a little bit slowly.
Yeah.
The more I just do a very physical based job. So I'm always reading, and I'm always very interested in learning about something I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
So
What's the most recent thing?
The most recent thing.
I was watching Carnivorous Plants this morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love a good nature documentary, to be fair. So genuinely, that sounds great.
Yeah.
So I was rewatching Africa recently. So like one of the David Attenborough nature documentaries.
Nice.
I love that. Most recently, I can't remember. That shows how much my brain's dying, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're gone. You're done. No, I always like to ask people.
You mentioned Picasso earlier. I went to a Picasso exhibition.
Yeah,
about a month ago.
at the Tate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there yesterday. I didn't go into the thing because I did like this race, and I was just there nearby, and I was like, it was turning into like I was gonna lose the day.
Oh no.
Because I was more interested in doing the race at night so that I could end my night that way.
Yeah.
But it's like then it was the beginning of the day, and I knew it was gonna eat up like a whole bunch of hours. So then I was just like in my clothes, I don't have any money, and I just go to the Tate, and then the Picasso one was the one that cost money. But
really good.
So what was the takeaway on that?
It was just sort of that he was crazy.
Sure.
Was the takeaway.
Interesting.
From that. But not in a he was cray mad.
What did they have in there?
Like he clearly had issues, and that's quite obvious
Wow,
in his work. So it was it was paintings from a certain period of his works. I think it was about 3 years worth of his work.
No shit.
And there's a lot about, so he was married, but he had a mistress lover.
Okay.
And supposedly a lot of the portraits that he's done are of his lover.
Because he was like famous within his life, right?
Yeah.
So then, if you're Picasso in your own life, you get to just apparently have mistresses.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But apparently he was. It seemed like he just kind of liked to fuck with people a little bit, like in their perceptions of stuff. So there's a certain section of the gallery.
Well, that was
a few paintings that he had in an exhibition whilst he was alive, and he specifically didn't want them to date when each picture was from. So he didn't want people to sort of judge based on
or try and
I made this in this year, so he was clearly better at it during this time.
Or try to like draw some sort of like comparison or lineage or try to make sense of it in that way. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
because he I guess he's probably somebody who that his work the most has that sort of like evolving or devolving kind of thing. It's like he started in one place and very, very clearly went to another place. So by then he probably understood that like if they're looking at my work through this lens of time, then they're not gonna even get what I'm trying to do. That's interesting. That's really interesting.
No, it's very cool actually. It's very good.
Yeah, because he was like sort of the one who started like deconstructing faces and turning circles into triangles and triangles into circles and
it's
sort of
very intense. Like seeing that many of his paintings in one little trip was very
There's one in my head that I might be a Picasso where there's like this demon eating the head of a person.
Demon eating it.
But it might not be him.
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna.
What do you Google for
I'm
that?
I'm putting demon eat head.
Demon
Demon eat head.
Demon eating head.
Yeah.
You'll get some porn with that.
Yeah.
With that search.
Yeah. There's almost nothing you can say or Google that doesn't come up with porn. Yeah.
That's very true.
It's very fun. Bull head and monitor eating a demon meat. No, none of these are. This is what I got. I got a minotaur with a boner eating a woman.
Okay.
Which
that's interesting.
I could see that being what's it called? Like exciting, you know?
It's different.
Yeah, I could see it being exciting. So that's really cool. Yeah, no, this is what the museum culture of London is fantastic.
There's a lot to see here. It is really great.
The National Gallery is fantastic. And it's where I spent a good portion of time the first time I was here. So it's really cool.
But have you done other one? Like the V&A is really great.
No, I don't know what that is.
Victoria and Albert Museum.
No. What's in there?
Cool. A lot. You wouldn't be able
Tell me
to
everything.
do everything in one day.
Tell me every piece that's in there. Well, so
They've
so
got
like
great
British
coin
Museum.
collection and, like,
British Museum is one of those
collection.
places that starts from like Egypt and then and then like goes. So that's like what like the Met is.
Yeah.
I find that I don't care as much about those types of museums because it's the same thing. I've seen Egypt and I've seen, you know what I mean. So it's like it's the artifacts and it's fun sometimes, but then the National Gallery is like every painting I studied in college and like sort of it positioned, you know, around the other works and the other people that were around at the time. So I find that interesting. So what's the V&A?
Exhibitions, because it tends to be things that you won't normally get to see. And they're all usually at the V&A. So I saw one that was on like shoes throughout history, like different kinds of shoes. That was really cool.
Oh, that's so weird.
An Alexander McQueen exhibition there, which was amazing.
That documentary just came out.
Phenomenal. It was so good. But yeah, there's a really good coin collection at the V&A.
Interesting.
Like jewelry based, like really expensive, fancy jewelry.
No, very cool.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Very cool.
A lot there, and a Schunga exhibition, which was great.
Who's that?
Schunga is right now. It's
right as you said it, you're like I hope there's no follow-ups.
It's an art style, like an old Asian art style.
Okay.
Sort of, so you know that picture of that drawing, painting, woman with octopus. I can't remember the full name of it. Fisherman's Wife, and it's a woman that's essentially just being like covered with a massive octopus.
No, I don't know this one.
Really famous.
No.
I feel like if you saw it,
Yeah,
I'm not explaining it very well.
I like
then
this
you'd
idea.
know what it was.
Wait, spell the type of.
I think it's called Fisherman's Wife. Oh, Schunga is Shunga. I think. I think it's called Fisherman's Wife.
We're gonna find out right now.
I could be very, very wrong though.
It's like when I Google demon eating thing, and you so same thing. You just get like a weird octopus boner.
The Dream of the Fisherman's Wife.
Let me see.
There we go. So I knew I had it somewhere. It's in my head.
No, I don't know this at all.
Oh, have you not seen it?
No,
Okay.
and this is on like almost like a scroll.
Yeah.
In like ink.
So it was all artwork of that sort of style.
It's like it is like oddly sexual.
It was a way of, if I remember correctly from the exhibition, this was a few years ago now, that a lot of it was sort of hidden. It was their way of showing eroticism without it being so in your face.
So basically, she's getting.
It's essentially like getting off with an octopus, yeah.
Yeah, but he's got his mouth.
Yeah.
On her vagina. I wanted to see how you were gonna say.
Oh, that his mouth.
He's
is
getting
on
head.
her,
He's getting head.
He's giving head. Yeah.
She's getting head from an octopus.
From the octopus.
Yeah. And then there's another one
by her
kissing
face,
her.
like
Yeah.
Kissing her.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it was really cool. So there were lots of tiny pieces where on the face of it just looked like a normal painting, and then you'd open a hatch or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Like a dirty bit behind it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really fun. I could see that being really fun. Well, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah. Okay. So when you do come to London, you get like mini checklists. So the one is so today's the go be vegan.
Yep.
Go be a good vegan.
Go be a good vegan.
What else? I mean, you coming for the art stuff. What is your favorite part about London?
My favorite part about London, cocktail bars.
Yeah. I don't understand the culture. The
Cocktail
Americans, we don't
bars.
understand the culture of like having to be done drinking at like midnight.
I'd rather not be done
Yeah.
drinking at midnight.
Yeah.
Like that's where I've come from today. To come into London, that's very much the thing. Like nowhere stays open past 1 a.m. maybe. But if you come into London, then you like some places are open till like 4 or 5.
Yeah, you can find them, right? But
better.
yeah, generally speaking, is well, we did this. Me and my brother were out the other night, and then I just got to chatting with people, and then we just started picking up more and more people in like a group, and it's just like going, and then so everybody's sort of like doing their thing, and then I guess we get home, me and my brother, and then we finally sort of like look at the time, and by the time we got home it was 4, and I was like, I don't know how it's 4. I was like, I feel like we got kicked out of the bar at 1. I don't know what we did. I don't know how it took us this long to get home. I don't know what we did, who we talked to. How did this end up being 4
What
a.m.?
happened in between?
Yeah. We weren't fucked up. It was like, where did 3 hours go? I guess actually he was fucked up. I didn't think he was fucked up, and then he was like mid-sentence, and then I look over and the dude is just out.
Just that sort of slurring.
Yeah. And he's
carrying on talking.
and he was in his bed, and he was just like fully clothed, like, and it was like and then what did I do? I took a picture of him, and then I sent it to him the next day. And then I guess he's my little brother, so I don't know. I guess I do this a lot. So he got freaked out. He's like, what is it about you taking pictures of me when I'm sleeping? And I was like, I didn't know I did.
You need proof of it though, don't you? It's
I didn't
just
know,
sort of like
I just didn't know I did that.
it's sort of a half like, oh, I need to capture this. You look quite like
yeah. You're so like feeble
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It is though. You're sort of your most vulnerable.
I was
when you're
writing,
asleep,
I
right?
was writing about my brother yesterday a little bit, or I was writing about me, but it sort of like was transitioning through, the ways that I feel about my brother and whatnot, and I sort of felt, I realized I have this sort of this parental feeling about my brother.
I think as an older sibling, you do.
Yeah.
sometimes,
Well, we're
like-
9 years apart.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's this thing. Yeah. So it's like interesting, but it's just like, but then it's like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna take I guess that's what all life is. You're just taking pictures of your baby sleeping.
Yeah.
And your baby awake, and your baby sleeping, your dog's asleep. You're like, oh my god, the thing that
with pets.
the thing I love is asleep.
Yeah.
I don't know what is this. I think I used
care
to.
about this thing so much.
Yeah, I think I used to do this to my girlfriends too.
Yeah.
I was like, she's asleep. Look at how peaceful she is when she's not yelling at me. Let's take a picture of her.
It
Yeah.
is creepy when you wake up and someone's doing it though. When you sort
This
of
never
catch
happened,
them
yeah.
taking a picture.
Yeah, that's never
or-
happened to me. Yeah, nobody's taking pictures of me when I'm asleep.
Not the picture. I've had it where I've woken up and someone's been looking at me. It's just like,
Yeah, that is really weird.
taken
Yeah,
aback.
I think I'm like
Yeah.
that demon when I sleep.
Yeah.
I'm like chewing on a leg. I have a boner for some reason. It's just like it's not good. Nobody should picture that. Yeah. Well, cool. This is a fun episode. Man, I didn't realize I really beat myself up on that 10K. I am exhausted.
Yeah, you're gonna sleep on that plane.
I don't even have time. I got 3.5 hours. I'm losing my ability. I used to be a
wow.
superhero. I could sleep on planes. They would turn
How
they would
people do that.
turn the engine on. I would pass out. Buses
Wow.
too. And even with the uncomfortable seats, like the funny thing is I will wake up, feel that my back is in like massive pain. I'll crack it,
Yeah.
crack my neck, and I'll just be like, and then I'll go right back to sleep. It's so strange.
I've never slept on planes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so jealous. Of people that can do that.
Someone's taking this pleasure away from me, this
Oh,
skill away,
no.
because the last couple trips I haven't been able to sleep on the plane, and it's like really frustrating. So because I deliberately book like overnight flights so that
Yeah.
I can sleep. And just wake up in a new place and you're good. You did the hard part. You let
Yeah.
somebody drive while you were asleep, but it hasn't been working.
Oh no.
So fingers crossed.
Yeah, hopefully.
Fingers crossed I can make it work. But this one isn't. I'm gonna land at like 7 or 8 in Morocco. Try to do some stuff before the sun goes down.
Eat all the food.
Do all tomorrow, and then try to get to Montreal before all the comedy festivals end.
Nice.
Yeah. What is your next like venture of projects look like?
It's mostly now that I'm moving. I'm sort of I have a much better space for producing my own content.
Oh, very cool.
So it's mostly going to be filming a lot of my own stuff.
You're like a cam room.
Yeah, it's like sort of cam room, and generally just being able to film videos. So I'm very focused on fetish sort of stuff. So which there in the UK isn't a massive. There's not that many people you can work for doing fetish stuff. So anything a little bit like out of the ordinary or a little bit extreme or anything like that. So I'd quite like to film a lot of that myself.
No, nice, very cool. Yeah, that's what's honestly super encouraging and great about your guys' industry is that you basically everybody's just taking control.
Yeah, everyone's very much their own boss over here now. It is all about making your own stuff and putting yourself out there rather than working for agencies necessarily.
Right, and like and trying to fill in these gaps that somebody else thinks are the ones. Yeah, so we were talking about this with Estelle. I think we were talking about how there's not really they're like this is a thing that comedians need to start doing, and they do a little bit like because there's these YouTube stars and this or whatever. But it's like just make your own content. Like get to the point where like people are commissioning you to like make a funny video. Yeah. Like that's I feel like that's an open door for comedy, and not everybody's doing it. Yeah.
Great thing
at
the moment. So I want to see this. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. I can make that for
you. I wonder what the comedy ones would be.
It would be quite interesting. Do you think they'd want you to make jokes about like specific
maybe
people?
Yeah, they're like hey, this is what happens sometimes is somebody will tell you they have a show and they want you and then this and that, and then they'll tell you they're like you should roast my daughter, and then they'll give you 3 facts.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't have, that's not enough. Like, she's graduating college, she lives with me, and it's like, she's like, this is not enough information.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not going to go the way you want it to, because it's also like, now it's an outsider coming in and just going, you can't live at home, you bitch. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't work.
It's not so much a roast.
Yeah.
Just like,
but that's when there's other people around, because then there's that judgment. It's like weird.
Yeah.
But maybe in the private video, it'd be a thing. Yeah. I guess probably the best way to do it would be to commission something like a funny song. I think that'd be the easiest one to do it.
That would be good.
That'd be the easiest one to do it. We're giving ideas. I'm giving away valuable ideas. All right. Let's do the thing that I like to say at the end of every one of the episodes, which is pay for your porn.
Yes.
It's a good time to mention it. If you're not paying for your porn, most likely the performer did not receive any extra fundage.
Very true.
Fundage, is that a word? For the work. So please pay for your porn. Please pay for your comedy. Somebody was telling me they saw a comedy show for free the other day. I was like, fuck that. Pay for your comedy.
Pay for it.
We're all just trying to be out here and work. We don't get the same kind of paychecks as you guys.
Exactly.
We need to get that shmoney.
We do.
How do they find you on the internet?
Get that dollar. On Twitter, mostly. So Isabelle Dean on Twitter. And then I'm also content-wise on ManyVids and Clips for Sale, and it's all under the same name.
Cool, Isabelle Dean.
All Isabelle Dean.
And then if they wanna hit you up for commissioned work, I like using that as the
Twitter would be best.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitter would be best for that. Definitely. It's sort of a hub for everyone contacting me. Twitter's really good for that.
It's the hub.
It is
cool.
the hub.
Well, I appreciate having you on. I appreciate you coming and doing this. Appreciate you coming and meeting me. Porn Stars People Podcast. We're on iTunes, we're on Google Play. Wherever you found us, we're on the other thing. If you switch from one platform to the other, you can still find us. We're on, Podbean and Stitcher and all of these things. We got some YouTube content today. It's very exciting. It's just us sitting on a couch in front of a mural of New York City. Meanwhile, we're in London. Thank you one more time to my guest, Isabelle Dean. Please follow her and keep listening to us. We drop an episode every Sunday. Thank you so much.